What's good, guys? Peter here. We are back with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day as always. Hey, if you're Noti Gang, spam up Noti Gang in the comment section. I want to see who's loyal. You guys know I read all the comments, and if you don't have the notifications on, make sure you guys turn them on. You guys don't want to miss any more videos. At this point, even if you're subscribed, YouTube's not going to let you know when we drop bangers, so you definitely want to have noties on. And today, guys, we've got 7 reasons your jump shot is broke in NBA 2K19. I know a lot of you guys out there are wondering, like, yo, why am I still missing full bar release shots, or why am I using the jump shots that you're dropping and I'm still not making every shot? And even if you are a good shooter in 2K, there's still a lot of improvements that you can make, and you can go from being good to elite. I'm trying to help you guys out. Don't forget to drop a like down below. As always, we're going for 1,000 likes. Let's get right into the video. All right, so the first reason your jump shot is broke in NBA 2K19, it has to do with not knowing the contest system. And by the contest system, I mean the new contest system, because they literally changed it like a week ago. Obviously, you want to be shooting open shots. Like, you don't want to be shooting shots like this. Wait, what the? I just ran out of energy.
You shot that on my team?
Oh my. Dude, everything's lightly now. Wizard. Here. Oh, my wizard. You guys saw. That was from my last video. Also, patch 5 just dropped, and a lot of people were having trouble with the whole shooting system, and they actually changed the contest system. I didn't make a video on patch 5 just because it wasn't that big of a patch, but I did stream it, and I played it for hours and hours now, to the point to where I know how the new contest system works, because they buffed the overall contests. So, how does the contest system work? Basically, there are multiple factors that go into what is actually considered contested and what isn't. If you guys saw my how to get greens video, there's literally people shooting contested and it counts as open. So the first thing you want to look at is your defender directly in front of you, because that's a big factor this year and it hasn't been in previous years. So basically, if your defender is directly in front of you, you never want to shoot it, because the animations that they will get and what it will count as will pretty much always be contested. But if they're a little bit to the side of you, or if they're of course behind you, it's going to be a way better shot. You want to look at that, because those are mistakes a lot of people make. They shoot when people are in front of them, and they think it's contested when people are behind them or to the side of them. So with the new patch, like I said, they buffed the overall contests, and the way they did that is that, one, your defender no longer has to put his hand up to contest anymore. You guys remember at the beginning of the year, they wanted to add that skill gap to where you had to put your right stick up, you had to actually contest someone that wouldn't do it for you. They wanted to add that skill gap into the game, and they just took that out. So your defender no longer needs to do that. So just because your defender might be bad and he doesn't know when to right stick, or he's getting caught off guard or whatever, you can literally just stand in front of someone like a dud, just like hands to your sides, not doing really anything to contest, and it will count as a contest. So you have to be a lot more careful now. Also, you can contest people from a lot farther. So you guys can see, here's a clip right here. I'm going for a 3 with my play sharp. So my playmaking primary, sharpshooting secondary. We need a 3, so I'm going to go for one. I go to the corner. Now that's looking like open, but it's actually not. They increased the distance you can be from another defender. Now this dude did end up putting his hand up, but they did increase that distance, so you have to keep that in mind as well. People can contest from a lot farther than they used to be able to. And this part is probably the biggest tip that you probably didn't notice, and I know a lot of people don't talk about, is that there is a white bar below your defender when he's guarding you at all times. It's always there. Obviously, you don't want to look at it the whole time, but it's there, and it shows that if you were to shoot it right then and there, how contested he is. So not only do you get to see in real time what I'm talking about with the whole side front thing, or how far they are, but you literally get to see how contested your shot will be before you shoot it. Like, that's a huge feature that a lot of people don't use to their advantage. Also, you can shoot over people. You guys saw my last video as well. He's gonna shoot over me. Lightly. Oh my. The taller you are, the more likely you are to shoot over people. So if you're a stretch big and you have a guard on you, you can shoot over them. Even if it counts as lightly contested, the probability that it will go in is a lot higher. Height has a big factor in the contest system. Also, lockdowns put a big factor in it, because not only do they have high contest stats, but they can negate your badges. And we're going to talk more about badges later. Quick last tip with contested shots, takeover. Yeah, you can make contested shots with takeover. Don't be reckless and take dumb shots. Don't try to make 3s on lockdowns with takeover, but you don't have to be as careful with takeover. Just keep that in mind. That was a pretty long one, but that's probably one of the most important reasons why your jump shot is broke. On to number 2. The second reason your jump shot is broke is because you don't have the right shot meter on. I've said this in multiple videos now. Put your shot meter on both. There are actually 3 reasons you want to do this. One is the one I've stated before. You actually get to see the green on the bottom meter before the top meter, so the top meter actually is a little bit delayed. The second is because it shows you your range. It's just like the 2K17 shot meter. It will shrink as you go farther from the basket, which shows like if it's literally this big below your player, if it looks like a square, then that's pretty deep for you. You probably shouldn't be shooting that shot. But if it's really big and wide, that's definitely in your range, and that is a good shot. And number 3 is because it shows more reliable shot feedback. When you look at the top meter after you shoot, you're gonna think it's full when it's really not, because the way it works is that you have this arrow that goes up when it's early and down when it's late, and it pretty much always fills if you know what you're doing. But if you look at the bottom meter, you can really see how close you were to getting a green and if it actually was full or not. It's way more accurate than the top meter. The top meter is pretty much always full when it really isn't. So you might be thinking you're missing full bars, but if you take a look at the bottom meter and it's actually not completely filled, then you're just not. The third reason your guys' jump shots are broke is badges. So simple, but so many people still just forget about them. Like if you're a pure sharp and you start missing, you're like, oh, the YouTuber that gave me this jump shot, I hate him now, yo, worst YouTuber ever, blah. And then you look at your badges and you don't even have all of them. You can't make any excuses. Honestly, you shouldn't expect to make most of your wide open shots if you do not have badges. It's that simple. And the way you can get shooting badges fast is just foul out of all the NBA games and just go to the practice facility and do those. You'll definitely get them way faster that way, and you're gonna get a big improvement with your percentages. And a little side note on the badges is your teammates' badges. Do they have dimer? Like on my shot creating post score, I have silver dimer. I don't know why they gave that to me. I still grind it out because I know it's going to help a lot with my teammates. So do your teammates have their badges that are going to help you? Playing with playmakers is going to help you guys a lot because they get up to Hall of Fame dimer. So just keep that in mind. Badges are important. It's pretty obvious, but a lot of people still complain that they can't shoot and they don't even have badges, which is really stupid. All right, 4th reason why your jump shot is broke. Your archetype. If you're a pure glass cleaner, you should not be complaining you're not making threes. If you're a pure playmaker and you miss a wide open 3 once in a while, that's what's gonna happen. You don't have a very high 3-point rating. You have to understand the limitations of your archetype. If you're a pure sharp or pure stretch and you have all your badges, shoot as deep as half court. I don't care, right? That's what your player can do. But if you're like a slasher or like a sharp shooting athletic finisher or something where you just don't have a high 3-point rating, don't expect to make all of your threes. It's just how the game works. The game would be not balanced at all if everybody could shoot. That's why in NBA 2K17, everybody just ran with inside centers on the threes, because pure glass cleaners could shoot, and the only use for a stretch was on 2s, just doing the BB glitch back and forth. You guys remember that. And this video doesn't only have to do with 3-point shooting. If you can stretch out to the mid-range even with like an inside center, go ahead and do that and use all of these tips, but don't go out to the 3-point line complaining that you're not going 7 for 7 every game. In addition to that, look at your teammates' archetypes, particularly if you're a shooter and you're playing with no other shooters. Your opponents are going to know that your teammates are always going to look for you if they need a 3, so just keep that in mind. Also, like I said, playmakers that have badges, those are going to help you as well. But just in general, if you have other teammates that can draw defenders away from you, like for example, my playmaker, he gets double team. You guys know double team Magnet. He always gets double team, right? So stretches love playing with me because I draw defenders away from them and I can get them open for shots. Plus, I have dimer. And of course, you know, I've got that IQ. Anyway, on to the 5th reason why your jump shot is broke. Hotspots. Now, hotspots don't really work the way you think this year, and it's not just my career hotspot, it's not just Park, it's not what you think, and I've actually never heard somebody explain the hotspot system correctly this year, so I'm going to do it for you because this is going to make a lot more sense. So if you go to your chart and it'll say hotspots last 25 games, those are your actual hotspots. Obviously, hotspots are going to help you. I don't even have to explain that, but it's the last 25 games of whatever mode you played with your My Career. Whether it was 5 My Career games, then you played 10 Park games, and then 5 Rec Center games and 5 Pro games. Like, it's whatever you were playing, and that's going to transfer to the Park or My Career or whatever you're playing. So if you go to My Career and shoot great for 25 games, you're going to have those hotspots for the Park, but those aren't your permanent hotspots. You still have to shoot well in the Park, because once you play 25 Park games, your hotspots are entirely based on those 25 Park games you just played. So hotspots are going to help you a lot, but only if you actually know how to get them. All right, the 6th reason your jump shot is broke, and this is probably one of the most common mistakes, is that you're constantly changing your jump shot. If you change your jump shot like more than, I mean, it depends on how much you play, but if you're changing your jump shot like multiple times every week, like 3-4 times a week, for the reason that, oh, I'm not shooting well, it's not your jump shot. You guys know all the jump shots I drop, they're elite jump shots. They're very good. If you're a good shooter, it'll help you a lot. But constantly changing it is not going to help. It's just going to make you get less used to whatever jump shot you're using. It's definitely okay to try, you know, different jump shots just to see if they work better, but don't just say, oh, I've never found a good jump shot the whole year. I constantly have to change it. It's not because of your jump shot. It really isn't. It's only going to hurt you because you're never going to develop any actual muscle memory for how you're supposed to time your jump shot. That's one of the reasons I don't spam jump shot videos on my channel. I know a lot of YouTubers do that. Honestly, if they're dropping like more than one jump shot video a week, it's probably because they just don't have any ideas. But anyway, don't let that fool you, right? It's not like every time you drop a new jump shot, you're supposed to switch whatever. Oh, it's the new best jump shot. Like, no. Stick to a jump shot and try other ones that might be better. Finally, number 7. Why your jump shot is broke is your actual jump shot. Another effect of these YouTubers dropping like multiple jump shot videos every week is that they're not really that good at jump shots. Like, there's a reason I've only made 4 jump shot videos the whole year, because I only drop jump shots that are elite, that are actually gonna be good. So it very well could be that your actual jump shot is just not good. So in that case, you would want to try some other ones. You won't want to constantly be switching, but you would want to try another one until you find one that does work. And on top of that, people just try to put on a new jump shot and expect them to go 7 for 7 the first game they play with them. That's not what you're supposed to do. Go in the buy court a little bit, just see how the jump shot works, how it looks, memorize the time it takes for you to release it, not like where you're supposed to release it, because there's going to be no latency there. So you don't want to really time it based on looking at the shot meter, but you want to have an idea of like how the base works and how fast the jump shot really is. That's another thing. Make sure your speed is up for every jump shot. I don't know why people still make that mistake. And even then, when you go to the park, still practice it. Like, you're gonna take a couple games to just get the feel for the jump shot. Depending on how many shots you're getting per game, you can't expect it to just be magical after like 2 games. It's gonna take some patience. And finally, I have a huge tip for you guys. It is the releases of your jump shot. The length it takes to time your jump shot is completely determined on the base. It has nothing to do with the upper. The upper is literally just for cosmetics and making it easier to time based on what it looks like. So if you find a jump shot with, say, like, I don't know, base 9 that doesn't really work too well, try changing the release of the jump shot, because maybe it's not the actual jump shot, it's just the way you're timing it based on what the upper is, because like I said, the upper is all cosmetics. So those are 7 reasons why your jump shot is broke. Hopefully this helped you a lot. It's pretty much every tip I could think of and every tip in 2K that's going to help you. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure to drop a like down below. We're going for 1,000 likes. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications to join the family, man. We're on that 90K grind. We're getting really close. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.